Hi, it's Sally. I'm back. She's back. I haven't been on in a while, a little while, but I have something to share with you this morning. I hope you're all doing well. Oh, geez, I hope you and your family are free of the COVID and people are doing better at wearing masks and so forth. So, I hope we can knock this thing out pretty soon. We're all so tired of it. Anyway, my granddaughter turned 18 this month, and she had asked me to make her a journal a little larger. If you watched my other pieces that I'd made for her, she's asked for it, is the only reason I'm making them for her and not the others. But she started with really little ones, and she was journaling in a spiral notebook, and but I've given her special projects to do in these, and each, as I said in my last video, every time I make one for her, I make it just a little bit bigger. Well, this time she asked for it to be just a little bit bigger. Not necessarily thicker, although I think I got it a little thicker than she was thinking. But anyway, she wanted to chronicle her 18th year. So that's why I did this little book for her. So I just wanted to share it with you. The front of it has, it's a fabric cover. It's Tim Holtz fabric under there, and then this vintage Battenburg doily under the girl. It's so pretty. I forgot to say that the little girl on the cover was a gift to me by a high school friend of mine. She came in a little set of paper dolls. Also, I added a little button to her in the shape of a guitar because Korie is a guitarist. Then just a little piece of muslin behind here with some French knots embroidered on. Can you see those? You see those knots embroidered on? And then this little brass book plate that says 2020, my 18th year. The side of the cover has this long decorative piece of fabric tape with buttons sewn on it, and then underneath is a this is a burlap like ribbon, and then on top of that is another type of burlap ribbon that I have used, just a piece of burlap that I've used for the spine, you see, so it wraps around to the back. And it has these fluffy little tops. I didn't cut them off. I thought she could if she didn't like them. And then the bottom has the same thing. And then on the back, it's sewn in. The signatures are sewn in with this jute. Well, it's not jute. It's actually waxed linen, I think. And then there's that tape, that burlap tape, and then the burlap spine. So let's take a look inside. What do you say? It's tied with fabric ribbon. Well, actually, it's just a little piece of fabric. Actually, that is fabric ribbon, and it was wider. I ripped it down so it would be this size, but I don't remember the name of the person that I got the ribbon from, but there's going to be a couple of things in here that I can't remember who I got them from, but I shall make a valiant effort to find out who it is so that I can put it in the description box below the video. All right, let's take a look inside. So here we have the inside cover is collage, actually, of some papers. I think this is Tim Holtz paper. I'm not sure. I think it's all Tim Holtz paper on the inside. This is a little pocket that I've put an envelope in, which I decorated and made the envelope, and this is the back of it. And then inside is my little note that I made, and little note card. and I've written inside to her about being 18 and about in her journal and enjoying her journal. So that was my little note to her. I love this piece that says strive for imperfection. I love that. That's what I do. I strive for imperfection for sure, and I've reached my goal many times. This page is a little cardstock frame with a couple of cards with this beautiful marbled paper. It's a replica of marbled paper on cardstock, and it came from this scrapbook pad. I've shown this to you before. Scrapbook and Collage Papers, the European Collection by Tweedy Jill Publications. It's a particularly good one that has wonderful pages in it. I've shown you this before. And it has a lot of good script pages, just wonderful things. I don't know, it's just a great book. And then this marbling, and on the back of the marbling is, you know, I mean, it's two-sided, in other words. So then at the back, more text and pages like that, and then some images and cards you can use, stamps. It's just a really good book. So that's the European Collection Scrapbook and Collage Papers. Okay, and so I used that to make this page, and then added that decoration. It says Adventure Awaits. I've used I've used rub-ons. Oh, by Seven Gypsies, I believe these came from. That was the back of the paper of this scrapbook marbling paper. It's a beautiful marble page. And then this is a little Tim Holtz piece that I cut out and made a little booklet out of it so she could journal in it. It's just a little place to journal. This page says The Adventure Begins. It's actually a trash page from when I've been brayering paper, and I'll roll it off on the scratch paper, and so then this is what the scratch paper looks like, and I use that too. This is washi tape, and I've put music washi tape on because my girl is a musician. She sings and she plays guitar, and she's really good. She has a really lovely voice. And then on this side is a fabric flip, and I've just clipped it in just so it won't flop around when she's trying to write it in the book. And it has tissue here she could write on if she wanted to, and then a little space for writing with a mushroom stamp behind it, very light, so she can write over it. Okay. And then on this page is a napkin, bird napkin, tell your story, place to journal. A true story. This is a little card that I got. Oh, it has a bunny rabbit. It has a rabbit paperclip because it's hopscotch. Get it? Anyway, these cards I got out of this set. This is a box of cards called Wide Open. Well, it's more than cards. It has a little book in it, and it has cards. I haven't opened this particular one. I have two of them. But it's a creativity notebook and card set. And there are lots of lovely creativity ideas and written so well. This particular one is about when she licked the beaters of making, baking and so forth, and her dog liked to lick it with her. And then she's talking about she wanted to take a picture of she and her dog licking the beaters, and that would make a great self-portrait, she said. But then she talks about how journaling doesn't have to be words at all. It can be just pictures, and gives her some ideas about what to journal about. I just thought it was a cute little card, and a nice thing for a young girl. Well, she's not a young girl anymore, is she? She's an adult. Hello. This is coffee-dyed paper that I bought from someone that I don't remember because it was so far back, but I am going to try to find the source. I don't know if she's still making it or not. This is beautiful lace, like tatted almost lace. It's kind of shiny and it's just real pretty. I love it. And this is, of course, the one side of an envelope that had a window in it. And I have put in here a picture that my granddaughter posted on her Instagram. This is the picture. And so I took that and printed that. And then I printed this kind of sepia black and white of it. And then I messed around with some apps with it and did this one. So that was just three self-portraits. Well, not self-portraits, 3 portraits of her. Same portrait, 3 different variations. I'll put those back in later because it's hard to get in the envelope without tearing it. It's possible though. Limited edition on the back. And then this is the other end. Oh, this is hello, paper towel. Hello. That was a trash paper towel, you know, wiping things up from painting and so forth. And I always use those too. I save them and dry them out and use them. My granddaughter and I both like Alice in Wonderland, and this is an image from that story. And just a little slinky postage stamp. More music, Dwell in Possibility. On this side is a tuck spot, and this card that has a little dangle on it that says Wish. I don't know if you can see that. Hello, where is it? Oh, there it is. Wish. Anyway, and then on the back, I love this sentiment. Please write all the really important stuff here. All right, so if you do this card in this tuck spot just right, that little jewel will hang off the edge. So that's why I have paper clipped it in, so maybe it would stay in the right spot. All right, so in just a piece of blue fern scrapbooking paper, and on the back I've collaged drywall tape, music paper, some little stickers with the year this year that she turned 18, and just a little scrap paper tab on here. This one says Curiosities. Believe in Daydreams, a place to write. When she was looking at this is a little transparent sticker, actually, that I got. I don't know if you can see it. It's just a little botanical sticker. And then, so when she came to this page, she was kind of puzzled, and I said, well, you won't see the significance of why I put that particular book page in there. It's a book of birds, about birds, and there's the greater flamingo and some information about it. But later when we see the other side, I told her she'd know. This, of course, is one of those vintage replica sacks, and I have clipped in with this darling little turquoise rabbit. This card was actually sent to me, and I just put a new label on it and stamp and a little collaging, so it'd have my touch. And then inside was a surprise. I decorated this sheet with different things: stencils, brayered ink, washi tapes, you know, washi, and a napkin. This side was napkin and ink, and it has this little sentiment on it, this little writing that says, hello, I'm here, I love this pen, 2019, Korie T. She wrote that at some point, trying out my pens and so forth, and it just ended up on my desk or somewhere, and I found it when I was making this journal, and I decided to include it in here. She got a kick out of it. So that goes in here. I think I'll put that out like that. That looks nice. Hadn't thought of that. Okay. Then just coffee-dyed paper, tea-dyed. I think it's tea-dyed. I don't know, maybe coffee-dyed. And a little transparent sticker of a mushroom. this is the back of that page. It says seen and noted. And then this little cover fabric is just a lovely thin net-like fabric with gold. I don't know if you can tell that it's shiny, but anyway, gold leaves on it. Gold leaf. Not, I mean, the leaves are gold. It's not, it may be gold leaf for all I know. I don't know. This is some of my brayered paper with a napkin piece on it. And this is the back of that brayered paper, Live Out Loud. If you'd like to know how I do this, I do have a video about it, so you can look that up. Now then, this page, I always put a page with pockets in it because the first time I did that for her, she thought it was so cool. So I always do it. Now this idea of the little slanted notebook came from Jibidneri, and I thought it was so clever, so I put some Kool-Aid dyed paper that I got from somebody back when, and if I can find who it is, I definitely will put it in the description box. But I thought that was just a cute way to do a little notebook, so put that in there. And then the back is just a tag with a little pretty butterfly on it, turquoise and purple I love. And then in the center pocket is, behind this one, is leather, like faux leather, let's say. This is actually my brayered paper. I have a video on that too if you're interested in how to make it, but this is brayered paper without any of the bling in it. This is just 3 colors of brown, light, medium, and dark, and then a piece of faux leather for the spine of it. And then this little piece, the pages came out of a magazine called Bloom, and learned about that magazine from Tisha Moore. And so the back of it was just orange, and I have suggested she write what I learned while I was 18. And then in the back is a little transparent pocket, and this sheet that I included. Now I have tea-dyed it. Well, actually I printed it on this tea-dyed notebook paper. And on the front is a girl. I found this note from her that's online that says, I'm 18 and 19's just around the corner. So here's a little bit of advice that I wish I had known before I turned 18. And these were the things that she said, so I put at the bottom, now, you list things that you learn or wish you had learned to be successful. And on the back are other things I found online of people talking about an 18-year-old and how to deal with life at that age. So I thought that was fun. So that was that little book. And then Listen to Your Heart. And this, because she's musical, I put this vintage Mercury Records 45 sleeve in here. And so it's so old and brittle that I'm having to put tape everywhere on it. So I've put handle with care. On the inside, I have to turn it over here to get this out to show you. This, of course, is an old Viewmaster reel. Well, actually, it isn't. I have a die machine, and this is a die of a Viewmaster reel. And then I I drew with pencil these little images. I don't know if you can see them, but this actually turns so that, I don't know why, just for fun. These little teeny tiny pictures. So I told her I did them in pencil so she can erase them and put other things in if she wants to. She said I won't. All right, I'll put that back in later because I don't want to tear that page any more than it's already torn. Then some ledger sheet. Love This Life. Here's a little lace pocket. Use your words, Sally. A little lace pocket, and in the pocket is this little transparent flower. It's a wildflower pressed on here, a little yellow wildflower. I don't know if you can see it well. And I've just sewn it between two pieces of acetate. And then I've clipped it in. It's kind of a hassle, but I don't want it to flip around and drop out. So I did that. And then the page that it's on, let's see, yeah, this page and this is actually EcoDying that I bought, again, a long time ago. Don't know who it is, but I will try to find who it is. So everything that I find, I promise I'll put at the bottom, because I know you like to see what you know, where I've gotten things. Okay, then this little tag from a scrapbook pack, just a little tag. It says make it count. And then this little corner pocket flips up, says write at your own risk. And inside is this goofy little collage with two women and a crystal ball, it looks like, and a little explosion of fireworks behind them that's glistening. I don't know, you can't see that it is, but it is. And so after I put the picture on, I thought, well, why did I use that? And I thought, well, I don't know. So I put IDK, I don't know. She got a kick out of that too. And then the the back of the ledger paper. Here's some paper that I think I got this paper in a swap. And then just a little musical tab on it. And then two little dangles on this tag that say, the disc says fly, and then it's a little butterfly. Little tiniest little things. You ever did see. And then on the back it says field notes, and this is the back of that EcoDyed paper, Echo. And then some graph paper, making a little pocket page with another one of those tags with a little lace tab on it, and a label. Got that, y'all seen that label box, I think in 2 of my videos. I've shown you the source for that. And then this is an Edith Holden page, August, which is of course her birth month, and this month that I gave it to her, and little poems on the back. Own your story, with a little butterfly placed right. Writing, decorative, little mulberry-like paper, decorative. Then there is a tissue sheet over, this is actually the center of the signature, and it has on both sides this tissue paper where I have suggested in pencil that she write the story of my life so far, and then it's continued on the back. I told her I wrote it in pencil so she could erase it and do whatever she wanted to on that page. But this is the piece de resistance that I did for this book. This is a chart of her ancestry, and it is awesome. I had a lot of fun doing it, actually. I had to look up a lot of stuff, because here is where she will sign her name, put her name, and her information was when she was born and where she was born. Her siblings, I added the siblings. Every one of these little spots has born, place born, married, to whom and where, died where, and then I added siblings. So every one of these has that. This is her father, my son. This is her mother. This is her grandfather, my husband, who that I lost last year. This is me and my siblings. My husband had no siblings. My son had no siblings. And then there's a place for her mother's father and mother, and and so then this row is the great grandfather. Well, so I added all the things about my husband's dad and my husband's mother and my dad and my mother. And then at the bottom of this, you see at the bottom of some of these places, there's enough room to write something else. And so I wrote in on these the next level, that her great-grandfather's dad, so this would be her great-great-grandfather and her great-great-grandmother. And it's just the names, and so I did that on all of them. So I'm hoping that her mama can help her fill out the rest of this. I actually had to go online and see if I could find birth dates and, death dates and so forth. Birth dates too, and places and so forth. Okay, and the end of that decorative paper, and then this is just a place to journal with a sticker on it, just a decorated page. And coffee dyed paper. This is the other end of that Edith Holden page, and I think it's so pretty. And then the back of it, I love the thistle. This is a coordinating color with a tab from that scrapbook. I don't remember what scrapbook pad I got this out of. It was one when I first started doing scrapbooking and journaling, and I added the little medallion on it. And a little book plate and a flower. Anyway, places to journal. This is a little stamp that I made from an illustration by someone else. And I think, I don't really remember who did the original illustration, but it was in a book I have, and it was, I think it was Henrik Drescher, but I'm not sure about that. So I made it into a little postage stamp and stamped a cancel on it. So this page has that and this red ribbon on the edge. Then Korie was so excited about this particular piece right here. This, if you can see, is a little teeny tiny, about the size of my thumbnail, a little larger. Framed, it's framed in a little 3D frame. Picture of a girl that Korie drew when she was little. And this is the one she drew during Camp Turlington, which is a week that we took our grandkids one at a time with a friend, and we just played and had fun. And she, during one of those, during her first one, before she was old enough to have a friend, she drew this, and she and I made a doll of it, and she still has that doll. So she was so excited to see that. This is just a little tiny, remember this moment, little tiny pad with Tim Holtz cover, just tea-dyed paper, ledger, more of the Botanical book page, more of the EcoDyed paper, shine brightly. Isn't that pretty? That's just so pretty. I love that. And then the back of it. This page says observations, and she can list, I don't know what. Then in the 45, the Mercury record sleeve on the back, this was just the little bit I put in order to sew it into the signature. And so I made a little pocket out of it, put this little black tag, bloom with abandon. Can you see her? And then on the back, just a medallion. She can either put pictures on here or journal in white or not do anything, whatever. And then it had this little slip right here, so I thought, well, I can just stick something in there, and it was this. And when she looked through, oh, what does this say? This says, actually, it's too little for me to know what it says. Oh, don't know why I'm so obsessed with the ocean. I don't know. So when Korie saw this, she said, okay, I explained it was just something to fill the pocket. She said, well, so what does it say? I said, I don't know. Should have put an IDK on that one. Place to journal if she wants to. Then this little religious Madonna. Korie is a good little Catholic girl. Good most of the time. And then this other end of the brayered paper. This is confidential. And I put napkin on the back of that. Then the other end of that beautiful netting with the gold leaves. Tea-dyed page. No, I think this one's coffee dyed. This is my happy place, a place to journal about that. On the back are some little ballerinas. I've used these before. I love these images. And I put them in there because Korie is also a dancer. She's on the dance team at school. Okay, and then the other end of that sack that has just a pocket in it that I have put this cute little mayfly diagram. I've added some postage cancels to it. And it's just a place for her to journal. And then the other end of the bird pages, the flamingo. This is the lesser flamingo. And then when you turn the page, she turned the page and she first read this that I'd written in here. Of course, I guess that's what your eye's drawn to. Named for Korie as a young child. And she went, what? And I said, and she read Horned Screamer. And she knew exactly what it was about, and she laughed and rolled her eyes and said to her mother, Mimi's mean. Because when she was a toddler, she was a screamer. And I mean, she went through a period where she screamed all the time, no matter what. And I didn't know about it until I was with them in the car one time, and she was in the back and she was screaming so loud it was just obnoxious. And nobody was saying a word or moving an inch to corral her in any way. And so later, out of her earshot, I asked about it, and her mama said, honestly, we have tried everything that we could possibly do to get her to stop screaming. And now our strategy is to ignore it. So we ignored it. She eventually outgrew it. She doesn't scream anymore. Well, I mean, she might, but not any more than the rest of us do. Then this next page is to journal on, be genuine. Just some washi tape, a little bit of, I think this is napkin, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I believe it's napkin. And it's on blue fern paper. This is the back of it. This says Collector of Memories. It just has this green and blue lace on it. And that music paper's the back of it. This is the other end of that paper towel. And this is an artist trading card that I made one time. I don't know if you can see it. It says, over here I've written what it says on the back. She dreamed she was keeper of orbs. This is me as a young toddler. Anyway, inside is a pocket, of course, and this is just a pretty little prayer card. On the back is a lovely prayer. Then is this little Monopoly tuck spot with an old-time movie star who I think might have been a German movie star. I don't know if that focuses or not, but anyway, it's just one of those little cards, vintage cards. And then the coffee dyed paper that I bought, the other end of that. This is a little sticker. I bought a box of little botanical stickers that I thought were particularly nice and make good postage stamps. If I can find where I got that. I couldn't find the box. It should be out because I, just now used it. But anyway, when I find it, I'll put in the description below where I got it. This was stenciled paper. Stenciled, stenciled. And this is just a little collage that I did that wraps around this page. And it says smile and whatever else it says, I'm not sure. This one is the other side of that collage with one of those little transparent botanical sheets. Free to fly. This one says, I love this sentiment, attitude is everything. And then that little botanical sticker. On the back is just a collage of, it's at the other end of that trash paper that I brayered off ink onto. And this is a little collage with drywall tape and a little snippet off my desk that was just from cutting something. And a little snippet of the same burlap ribbon that's on the cover here, and a little snippet of my yummy brayered paper, which has the bling in it and little beads and things. If you've not ever seen that, I do have a video on it and how to do it, and you need to do it because it's so much fun. It's lots of fun to do. Okay, and then the other end of this marbled paper that I added stamps and a tag and said explore. And in the back of that paper, again, you'll recognize this is a little sack I made with a die cut. Inside, oh, and a sticker. Don't you love that cat? Look at that cat. He's so hurt, but he's smiling. I think he's the Cheshire Cat, and he fell out of the tree. I don't know. Anyway, one of my friends, who is now deceased, made this little tag, and it's actually a vintage tag, and she put the little fish on it, and she wrote happy birthday, but I changed it to be happy, enjoy your 18th birthday year. Then on the back cover is this pocket that's Tim Holtz fabric, and Tim Holtz fabric is on the ends. I don't know if you can even see it on this page. Well, a little bit in here and here. Anyway, so that's the inside cover. And in this pocket is this little writing. It's a writing card. You know what a writing card is, to put it in under a paper you're trying to write on when you have bumpy things behind it, and it makes a nice writing board. So it's a writing board, but on the front of it, I have added I've added this little sheet of back in 2002, which was when Korie was born, and it has things on it like world population, U.S. population, popular TV shows, historical events, sports highlights, what things cost, President of the United States was George W. Bush, top movies, popular songs, Oscar winners. So she looked at it and she said, well, I don't know. I said, I don't know any of those songs. And she said, well, I don't either. I don't know a lot of this stuff. And I said, well, of course you don't. You were a first newborn infant. She said, oh, well, that's right. So that's the little journal that I did for her. And she's thrilled with it, and I'm thrilled that she's thrilled. And I asked her if she thought she could have enough room in there to write the whole year's worth of things, and she said yes, she thought she could. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I just like to share with whatever I've got, and I haven't done anything to put on my Etsy lately, but I will. And I'm going to start a new journey with, I think, if I ever get to it, with jelly prints, and I'm looking at Robin McClendon's videos, and I'm really liking what she does. It's real abstract, and I like that. So I'm gathering up materials to start working in that way, and she uses them in journals, and so that's what I'll do. So anyway, that's my plan so far. It'll probably change, but who knows. So I'll see you guys again. Thank you so much for dropping in on me. I mean, I just love it when you check by to see if I've done anything lately. And I love all your comments. Thank you so much for that. And I'll see you soon. If you like this video, thumbs it up. Thank you much. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.